Hey guys, well, if you know, you know, and if you don't, I'm here to tell you. Hoya are quickly becoming the it houseplant with so many varieties and those beautiful waxy flowers. It's no surprise that everyone wants one of each variety. Actually, with well over 800 species, cultivars, and hybrids of Hoya, there's literally something for everyone. With so much variety, you get quite the variation on the foliage of Hoya, which makes it extra hard to resist adding new Hoya to the mix. Now, I already have some Hoya and did a quick video a while back on the varieties I got back then, including my Hoya Carnosa compacta and my Royal Hawaiian Purple Publicalyx, and a couple of others. Well, a couple of days ago, I was at my local nursery and they had a decent amount of variety of Hoya that, well, I didn't currently have, and I was able to find these really cool terracotta pots and saucers, and thought I would redo either my coffee table setup or one of the shelves on my huge plant display. So basically I want to pot these up in the new pots with my new Hoya and style them in my plant space. And obviously I'll be sharing everything you need to know about caring for Hoya, crucial care tips so that your plants thrive and flourish. So let me show you the space before, and we'll have to wait and see what the after has in store.
Wake up and smell the roses. Try hard not to lose focus. There's too much to.
Thanks for checking out this video. I'm Tyler, and if you like what you're seeing or you find this video to be useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, or better yet, you can subscribe to my channel. So before quickly potting these up in the new pots that I got, the new terracotta pots that I got, let me share with you guys the different Hoya varieties that I was able to pick up at my local nursery. Please tell me you get just as excited to add new plants or new plant varieties to your plant home. Seriously, comment down below. I need your support and would love to hear from you. Okay, first up is this Hoya retusa. Now, in all honesty, I did pick this up a couple of weeks ago, and I did share this in my live event, the latest plant haul that I did. This is the only one that I didn't pick up, like I said, at the local nursery just a couple of days ago, but I did get a new pot for it and wanted to include this plant in the makeover that I want to do today with you guys. As you can see, the Hoya retusa has this foliage that kind of looks like the shape of grass, and actually that's why some even refer to it as the grass leaf Hoya. And I actually split this plant in two when I got it a couple of weeks ago, and both have done really well and have grown in size, which is great. Next up is the Hoya Curtisii, which is this one right here. So cute. Now, the Curtisii is on the smaller size in as far as Hoya go, and I think that just makes it that much more irresistible. With these spade-shaped leaves, it will make a great statement as far as styling goes. And I'm not sure if the camera can pick this up, but there's actually some silvering on these leaves as well. And don't get me started on silvering. All my hair is going silver, and I'm not even that old, but I don't know, I guess I don't hate it. What do you guys think? Time to dye it. Up next is this Hoya Macrophylla. This Hoya variety has larger leaves with a sort of yellowish or white trim, and I personally love the texture that these leaves have as well. Now, Hoya are epiphytes and want to grow on trees and the like in the wild, which means most of them want to vine and climb around. And apparently the Macrophylla won't thrive thrive in acidic soil, so I won't be using peat moss, but we'll get to that when I am potting all of these guys up. Then I was able to pick up this Publicalyx, and like I said, I already have a Royal Hawaiian Publicalyx that has grown like crazy. I'll be sure to show you guys, so I'm really hoping that this one does the same. And I'm praying that the flower color is different, but I guess I'll have to wait and see. And finally, last but not least, is this Hoya Crimson Queen with, or some call it a tricolor, with the white and pink variegation. And just so you know, in case you didn't, there is a Crimson Princess Hoya as opposed to the Crimson Queen that I just showed you. Let me explain the difference between those two. One great way to tell these two varieties apart is the Crimson Queen tricolor, like I have right here, is variegated on the leaf margins. Now, the Princess is also variegated, but that variegation occurs in the leaf centers as opposed to on the sides. So a great tip if you're unsure whether or not it's a princess or a queen. Well, there you go. And now I'm going to magically pot up these Hoya.
Blessings come and go, but either way, there's too much to lose. Why do you second guess yourself? Don't place your dreams upon a shelf. Don't be so sleep on yourself.
Full disclaimer, because there is such a huge variety of Hoya, make sure to do a little bit of homework or a tad of research just to ensure that there aren't any sort of special considerations for the Hoya variety that you've picked up. Just like how I mentioned, the Macrophylla doesn't want any sort of peat moss or acidity in its soil mix. Now, I also just want to briefly say that the soil mix that your plant comes in from the nursery could be totally wrong, so please don't use that as any sort of indication of what type of soil mix you should be using. If I get a chance to show you, this is the perfect example of that, where some of these are just not in the right type of soil mix. Hoya, generally speaking, need really well draining and light sort of soil mix with lots of aeration. The roots need breathing room. I'm going to be using an orchid mix with bark as the base for my soil mix. This mix includes horticultural charcoal, chunky pieces of that, which is awesome because what that will do is help absorb moisture, and that kind of adds to the whole well-draining component of this soil mix. Now, to this base, I added some cocoa coir and perlite. I've avoided peat moss this time around, and I did go ahead and added some slow release fertilizer pearls as well to that mix so that it's already integrated right into the Hoya pot. Hoya are moderate feeders, so by adding some of the slow release pearls to the containers from the get-go, that really helps sort of maintain their fertilization needs. Just remember, when it comes to fertilizer, less is always more. If you're interested in more content like this, please give this video a thumbs up or comment down below. To really show me some love, click the bell for alerts and notifications for future content. Now, if you guys are interested in individual crucial care tips for any which one of these Hoya, if not all of them, please let me know in the comments down below. But generally speaking, when it comes to Hoya, they like their humidity. So if you can provide them with that, that's a great start. In terms of lighting, Hoya like diffuse or dapple light, so that's moderate light, and basically what you want to do is provide them 90% of the time with really bright indirect light, so maybe not right at a south-facing window, but inset. And you do want to give them a couple of hours of that sort of dapple or direct sunlight, and if you can provide them with some of that in the morning or late afternoon, that is perfect. And you're going to want to water your Hoya in terms of the amount of light that they're receiving, but just keep in mind that the quickest way to kill your Hoya is probably by overwatering it, so less is definitely more. Just start with a little bit of water Many folks like to bottom water their Hoya to avoid any type of overwatering. So just really take your watering slowly, just a little bit, see how that goes, and go from there. One drawback for Hoya is the mealybugs. Love them, so something to keep in mind when it comes to Hoya. And here's the after. Well, that's it for me. Oh yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, or better yet, hit that subscribe button. Miss you guys already. Until the next one.